Let's discuss the thenar muscles. There are three types of thenar muscles. In that, the first one is the abductor pollicis brevis. The origin of abductor pollicis brevis, there are three origins. The first one is tubercle of the scaphoid and the and crest of the trapezium, and another one is flexor retinaculum. And the insertion are lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of the thumb, and the action is abduction of the thumb. And next muscle is flexor pollicis brevis. There are two origins. The first one is superficial head from the distal border of the flexor retinaculum, and the next one is deep head from the trapezoid and capitate bones. And the insertion are lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of the thumb, and the action is flexion of the thumb. And the third muscle of the thenar muscles is opponent's pollicis, which is below the abductor pollicis brevis. And the origin of this is flexor retinaculum crest of the trapezium. And the insertion is lateral border and adjoining lateral half of the palmar surface of the first metacarpal bone. And the action of this muscle is opposition of the thumb and deepens the hollow of the palm. Hypothenar muscles. The first hypothenar muscle is abductor digiti minimi. There are two origins. The first one is pisiform bone, and the second one is tendon of flexor carpi ulnaris. And the insertion is ulnar side of the base of the proximal phalanx of the little finger. And the action of this muscle is abduction of little finger. And the second muscle of hypothenar muscle is flexor digiti minimi. There are two origins. The first one is flexor retinaculum, and the other one is hook of the hamate. The insertion of this muscle is ulnar side of the base of the proximal phalanx of the little finger along with the tendon of the abductor digiti minimi. And the action of this muscle is flexion of the little finger. And the third muscle is opponent's digiti minimi, which is below the abductor digiti minimi. There are two origins of these muscles. The first one is flexor retinaculum, and the second one is hook of the hamate. The insertion of this muscle is medial surface of the shaft of the fifth metacarpal bone, and the action of this muscle is opposition of the tip of the little finger with the tip of the thumb. And the second action is deepens the hollow of the palm.